Alright, well, hi everybody. So today I'll be going over the GBR3 Special by Got Friends. Now, technically this isn't a real plane. It's a concept. I think they built a mock-up of it. I don't think they ever built a functional one. But either way, I'll show you how to start it up and how to take it off and do a short review. So let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, well, welcome to the GB here. Go through the instrument panel real quick. It's pretty simple. There are some things that you might not be expecting on this plane that I'm very happy about, but I'll go over those in a second. So up here at the top, you got a directional gyro or compass, whatever you want to call it. And then you've got on the left side here your airspeed indicator, RPM gauge, manifold pressure, and a clock that's 24 hours. That's kind of neat. And then you have on the right side a climb indicator, attitude indicator, and your altimeter. The gauge clusters down here, starting on the left side, is fuel pressure, oil pressure, your amp meter, and then on the right side you have slip indicator. And I'm pretty sure this is an accelerometer. And then you have your fuel tank gauges. So you have a left tank, right tank, and a center tank. Now there isn't a, I'm pretty sure that's an accelerometer, but anyway. And then, your transponder and GPS unit. So over here on the left side, we've got a propeller pitch, throttle, and then this guard opens up and you've got a switch for NOS. So, and it does work. You can actually pump nitrous oxide into this plane. You have a gauge for the NOS here. It works for about 5 minutes. It's mapped to your water rudder. So whatever engaged, disengaged water rudder is the sort of key binding for that. And then we've got your tank selector here, the stick, and you do have air brakes, which from my experience, I've only had this plane for about an hour, but from my experience, you kind of need them to land. This thing doesn't like to slow down very much. And then you've got master switch or alternator switch and battery switch. Your parking brake. On the right side here, you've got your smokes, and the smoke does work, which I'm really happy about. But these are actually mapped to flaps, so whatever your flaps setting is, that's what those are mapped to. So you don't have to look down to the cockpit to turn smoke on and off, and you don't have to flip the NOS on by looking down. Now there doesn't seem to be a mixture lever for this plane, and what I have set up to adjust the mixture on my throttle here doesn't work, so I'm just going to go ahead and assume that there isn't an ability to control the mixture in this plane. Doesn't seem to really make a difference anyway. But that's pretty much it for the instrument panel, so we'll go ahead and start it up here. It's really, really simple. So we'll just flip on the battery, flip on the alternator. Go ahead and we'll put the tank selector on center. Turn the nav lights, strobe light, taxi lights. We'll go ahead and put landing lights on. Panel lights, oddly enough, seem a little bit magenta instead of red, but I don't know. They're red. I haven't flown the thing at night, so who knows. Avionics switch, I'm going to leave the pitot heat off, and the fuel pump. So you can see the gauge works. And then we'll come down here to the magnetos on this key and just turn it all the way to the right. And there we go. The GB is running, and we'll take it out here and take it off. Alright, so we're at the end of the runway. A couple of things about taxiing the GB that I've noticed is you're probably going to need to reduce the propeller pitch quite a bit. It really does like to get going. and it's going to get kind of fast. It's not difficult to taxi. You're probably going to want to watch your brakes and not slam on them because it's going to, you know, it's a tail dragger, so it's going to want to nose plant itself. But other than that, it's a little squirrely on takeoff. I'm not going to lie about that. At least for me, and I probably need to adjust the rudder settings for my setup. But anyway, at least on the ground, a little bit of rudder is going to do a lot for you. So you're going to probably overcorrect if you're not careful. But we'll see how I do here. I've only, like I said, flown this thing for about an hour, so I've only done I think I've only done 2 takeoffs. I pretty much spent the whole time in the air. I had too much fun with it, so we'll go ahead and take off here. Now I'm going to reduce the propeller pitch all the way down. We're just going to throttle up a little bit and get it moving. We'll go up to full, well, about half throttle right now. There we go. Bring the propeller pitch up. Oh, stable it. Keep it stable, and then we'll lift off here. And so that's taking the GB off. It is incredibly aerobatic. It has a very low stall speed and a nice roll rate, but it really doesn't like to bleed speed. So that's why I say you're probably going to need to use your air brakes on landing. And I haven't landed this plane very well the 2 times that I've landed it, so we'll see how this goes. But it is probably right now it is so far my favorite plane to just do aerobatic stuff in. I know it's technically not a real plane. Who really cares? It's a lot of fun either way. So we'll bring it in here for a landing and see how we do. It's pretty fast. Now I say fast as far as the propeller plane goes. It's pretty fast. This is about 225 knots, 220 knots, something like that. And all right, we're gonna put the air brakes out because it is. By the way, those little arrows come on to let you know which air brake is on. The air brake will kind of open and close as you're flying it, so. Either way, it's a neat design. It looks really cool. So we're doing about 70 knots right about now. I'm probably at about 10% throttle, so we're not slowing. Actually, I'm at 0 now, so we're hardly even slowing down. So I'm going to go ahead and put the air brakes back on. We're okay. Back on the runway here. Okay, well, doesn't like to turn at high speeds, so. Anyway, that is taking off and landing the GB. I'll go into the review here real quick, and that'll be it for today. Alright, well, if you want to pick up the GB, you can get it from the Microsoft Flight Simulator store, or you can get it from flightsim.to. It's $15 on the Microsoft Flight Simulator store. I'm not sure how much it costs on flightsim.to, but either way, it's just 15 bucks. It's honestly, it's a really fun little plane. Texture quality's good. Sounds are pretty good. Really the coolest effect of it is the smoke. Like that's something I think this game's been needing in the aerobatic planes for a while, but it's kind of nice to have it finally. As far as its maneuverability, it is an incredibly maneuverable plane. Now part of that's probably because it's not really grounded in reality or anything like that, but it does really nice point rolls. I mean, all the maneuverability that you can do with this plane is amazing. Like the maneuvers you actually can do are things that I haven't actually been able to pull off in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Very easily, at least. It's pretty easy to do them in this. So, you know, if you like screwing around with aerobatics and stuff, then this is probably one you're gonna like. The review isn't gonna be too long. That's pretty much it. There's not really much to this plane, other than the fact that it's an immense amount of fun. So, it does have 20 liveries. I'm not gonna go over any of those. I'm not gonna show any of those because it just would take so much time to go through all 20 of them. There's kind of a mixture between old school racer paint jobs and more modern ones. You've got like the one I had where you have some metallic sort of colors to it, and then you got a couple other ones. But either way, that's going to be it for today. So thanks for watching, everybody, and hope there's a next time.